Campbell in a place representing the ladies them, you know, gents sick of dead, you know. You remember good. Peace. Peace.
Praise the Lord.
That is it. Praise the Lord.
Our Prime Minister in waiting, Mr. Mark Golden, and his lovely wife, Sandra Golden.
Me know when I go make sure mention the you remember good.
President of the Women's Movement, Comrade Patricia Duncan Sutherland, and her husband, who I'm sure is somewhere around because he's also very supportive. Chairman and other members on the platform, blood and fire comrades in the audience, greetings. I want to at the outset apologize for my late arrival. I don't make it a habit to come to a meeting after the boss has arrived. But it's a case of being near to church and far from God. The meeting was close. I was up in one of my communities.
Be near to church and far from God. No, sir. Yeah, the respect. Nobody else is supposed to come after a party leader. Party leader, the last person if you arrive. Yeah, man. Rank and file, man. Oh, that man. That's how the thing working. But here we go now. Here we go.
From God.
Man, the
like meeting was close. I was up in one of my communities.
When they come like them want flat me too, bro.
God. The meeting was close. I was up in one of my communities.
Get caught up with some comrades. You know when the people ain't see you know
unity and the argument got away. And I end up being late. So
come on
into the conversation is important.
Yes.
Because it determines how you approach the different things that you are confronted with.
Right.
And so we as a party believe that it's important for us to have the input of the females into all levels of conversations within the party and within the government when we are in government.
It's true.
With that thinking, it is important that we put forward sufficient candidates that are females so that we will have that balance in the parliament and in the cabinet. We have put forward 22 female candidates. And I want you to look at it and understand that we need a majority of them to win in order for us to be in government. Right. So we didn't just put token candidates into difficult seats. More than 50% of them need to win the constituencies that they're in for the party to be in government. Right. So we have placed the females in critical, winnable constituencies so that they can have a part to play in the process. I want to also offer commendations to our former leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, who named 4 female senators. Half of the senators for the party are females. When we went into the local government election, in Kingston and St. Andrew, we had 40 candidates, 20 female, 20 males. We won 20 of the divisions, 10 females, 10 males. Where we are now is a part of Region 6. Region 6 for the PNP is St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland. We have 10 constituencies. Of the 10 constituencies, 5 are represented by males and 5 are represented by females. We are not where we want to be as yet. We would love to have 30 odd of the candidates being females. But it is a good start on that journey to ensure that there is equity in the representation from the People's National Party. I want to say that I'm not sure I started out as a believer that the journey was harder for females. I'm confessing, I speak the truth, I confess it. I used to hear them say that it is harder for a woman to be in politics. I used to say to myself, I don't believe, because them not going to beg them as much. Them not go this, them not go that. But I must tell you today that having consulted with my right mind, I can stand firmly to say to you, the journey is much harder for a woman in the political process than it is for a man. And it's for several reasons.
Let me hear this.
Even when they try to raise funding, the way in which they would contribute to us as male candidates, they bring different arguments to them when they are trying to raise the money to run the campaign the same way.
Yeah, because I'm a female, I understand.
When they are operating in the constituency, when we are in the meeting and we say, all right, ease down now. Everybody wants to challenge their authority in some of the executive meetings and some of the other meetings. It is much harder for the females in the political process. And so we are committing to give fulsome support to all of our female candidates so the majority can be victorious in the elections. I'm not a new convert to the importance of females. I have long held the view that females are critical in our society. Somebody said to me recently that, Dayton, you are from humble beginnings. And when you speak, I want you to speak on the behalf of those persons that are from humble beginnings. And I'm saying that because the greatest human being alive in my book is a woman named Gwendolyn Wright Campbell, Miss Lucky, my mother. The greatest human being alive. And I go even further. The greatest human being alive or dead is Miss Lucky. And the reason I say that is because of the role that she played in ensuring that I am here today. She was the minister of everything in the household. The first time I heard my mother said that she was pinching the money, long before I had abstract thinking, I literally thought she was going to pinch off a piece of the money to spend. It was later that I understood that what she's saying is that she was going to be prudent with how she spent the money. She was going to ensure that with the little bit that she had, we could go to school and we could still come home and there's a dinner that is waiting for us when we get home. We may not have had it all, but she made sure that the things that were important, we didn't lack for those things. She denied herself a new pair of shoes, a new outfit. She denied herself any privilege to ensure that her children could go to school, because her thing was that my children must pass the worst in life. She wanted a better life for her children. And looking back and reflecting at some of the mothers that are in the society right now, that the fathers have abandoned the children and they've left the responsibility, all of it, to the females. it is important that a government understands this and support those females in the society so that they too can raise our children to be the very best version of themselves. When Miss Lucky did her work, which was a domestic helper, and she got the little bit of pay, I can recall going to school and she gave me $60 to go to school for the day, $300 for the week. I had classmates that were getting $300 for the day. When I got $60, initially it was $50 for fare, $25 to go and $25 to come back. I was left with $10. I had to become creative. I had to tell my friends that I am going to buy the lunch, and I take $5 from each one of them so I could buy a sugar bun because it was the biggest thing available, and I bought a Big Joe box drink. Because I was just eating to fill my tummy. It wasn't about nutrition. It was about just eating to fill my tummy so I could learn something and try to break the chains of intergenerational poverty.
Wow. Wow.
Understanding that reality, it is the reason why the People's National Party is putting in place what we call the EASE program to ensure that every needy child in school can have a warm, nutritious meal every day. Because in order for the children to learn and become something, they need proper nutrition at school. And we are going to ease the burden of some of the mothers that are out there,
yes,
so that you can be guaranteed that when you send a child to school, they will have a warm, nutritious meal that is waiting for them. As a
Yes.
hail Comrade Mark Golding and the incoming PNP administration.
Yes. Powerful.
For those who can't find the fear to send them to school to begin with, all the mothers elsewhere, understand that what we are saying is that we are going to give $500 per day, or $2,500 per week, or $10,000 per month for you to have that child transported to school in dignity, safely, so that they can learn. A lot of the conversation that is taking place now is about political one-upmanship, and it is not about the real problem that is confronting us. What we want is to ensure that a mother like Miss Lucky, that had 3 of us in high school at once, and is a domestic helper with a father in prison, that those children can get that $10,000 to go to school, and when they get to school they can have a warm, nutritious meal, so that we can have people elevating themselves beyond the limited expectation that society places on them. Your children, that society is saying they can't become this or they can't become that. They want to limit what they can achieve. We believe that they can have a better life. We believe that they can be the best version of themselves. And we want to have, in every discussion that we are having, the balanced input of the mothers who will understand that visceral reaction that they get when they see the suffering that is taking place in the society. And so, I'm asking you, comrades, to recommit ourselves to the mission. The mission to uplift our people and take them out of poverty. the mission to cause our people to become prosperous in life, the mission to cause our people to can live in dignity. Give the support fulsomely to these ladies that are gathered here today. Knock on a door, knock on a gate and speak to somebody for them on their behalf. Pay for a taxi on election day for one of them. Contribute something to a pot of soup when they're having a meeting in the community. Do something, walk and canvas for them. Do something to ensure that these women that mean well and want to lift our country out of this state can become representatives of the people. We have a very rich history, having provided Jamaica with its first female prime minister. The work has not been completed. Despite the talks you hear and the pretense that everything is well, you know that your lived reality tells you that everything is not well. And it is on that basis that we need change, because we need to guarantee our people a better life. Better must come. The word is love.